So Ashes of Creation just had their August stream where they were covering the development update of nodes. In particular, they wanted to talk about the village node updates. Now this was nearly a 3-hour long live stream, so let's break it down quickly in 5 minutes. And yes, many of you might be feeling a bit disappointed from this, as it wasn't really what we expected. First of all, they covered some slides. We have Citizenship, where you can essentially become a member of that node, getting discounts and so on. Then there can be a mayor of that node and they can be elected based on the different types of the nodes. Then we have mandates that gives the ability for the mayor to actually do things on the node. They have to essentially get support from players, and when they do favorable things that players like, they get mandates, which are orders which they can use to do actions on the node. They can create commissions, basically quests that citizens and adventurers can go and do. They can enact certain policies that give benefits towards the node, whether that's for war, trading, building, etc. Then we have different buildings that can be constructed on the node. Some will be active, others passive to like buff up another building. And those buildings will require maintenance, repairs, and they can be destroyed or demolished. And ultimately something new is buy orders. The mayor will put up a listing of what the node wants to purchase and people can fulfill those orders, but they won't obtain gold. They will obtain a currency in exchange, and that currency is unique to the node and can be used within the node to purchase goods from vendors and so on. After that, they had a video demonstration where they went and showcased an example node, a village. Now this is where people began to get a bit disappointed. We're only seeing a village node. We have seen in Alpha 1 a village. Yes, it wasn't to the visual fidelity as this village, but still, we would have liked to see throughout this gameplay a showcase of the development of nodes, going from an encampment to that village, then a town, and yes, okay, maybe not a metropolis yet, but would have liked to see that progression like we have seen in the past in some clips, like going from an encampment to a village, or again here. And it's something I really wanted to see. It's something I was hoping to see. Seeing like a bird's eye view perspective of a node at very least. And them showcasing exactly how like upgrading a node is actually going to work in terms of people getting XP. And then showing all the animations and so on of that node leveling up. The best we have really is just, some animations here and what we saw in Alpha 1. So what the stream did showcase that was kind of new is the mayor can go and create a buy order. Then players can go and fulfill that buy order. Again, fulfilling a buyout will just give you currency, unique currency for that node that you can't trade between players. And each node has different free plots where you can place those different type of buildings. We saw a whole load of bunch of default buildings, and then you can see here he showcases the different type of buildings that you can place in those free plots. So yes, each node will be very diverse in what you can build, and they've said that no node will be locked out of any buildings other than their starting buildings may be a little bit different. And yes, we shall still be able to set the tax rate of the town or of that node. Whenever anybody goes and purchases something, that gold goes to the node's treasury. Then the mayor can go and spend node resources to get a building built. We did get a quick look of like the tech trees that these buildings are going to have, which is pretty nice, and it creates an exclusive system. Basically, you'll choose one of the options, and then once you do choose that option, you lock out your other two options. So then in order to get that building built, you will have to have players which will have to provide additional materials to actually get that building built. You can see here he needs to donate some oak logs and somebody else will need to donate those other materials. We have a speed up of how it's going to show building. You're going to get like scaffolding erected, then the portions of the building popping up, but eventually the entire building did get erected and given decorations and so on, with then the scaffolding disappearing. And then Stephen could go ahead and craft himself a weapon, as it was a smithy they had created. So that was it for the live stream. Consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys around.